I need to record again. So one thing I'd encourage you guys to do if you have someone who's in a space that's sort of like mine, where they can be like the dummy person, is I like went into down dog and I was like, okay, tell me what to do, right? And they were like, inhale, lift your right leg up, exhale, step it forward. And I was like, okay, then what do I do? So having someone, if someone can volunteer to be the physical, it's helpful, because otherwise it's like you're kind of talking through the cues. But when you have someone in front of you and they're like, okay, and you know, don't do anything that they don't tell you, is really helpful. So the key things that my group came up with for this one was, this happens on an inhale, right? Exhale, step the foot through. Exhale, you need to bend the back knee. Inhale, you come on up, either straight up, or if we wanted to focus on some pelvic positioning, inhale, hands to hips, right? And then you could say squeeze the inner thighs together, pull the abs up and in, all that kind of good stuff. And then once we're happy with that, we could then have them inhale to take the arms up. Then what they realized, if they wanted to get me to high lunge, the first cue they actually have to say is curl the back toes under, right? Because I can't press up to high lunge unless you tell me to do that first. And then if the rising up happens on an inhale. All right, any questions about that segment before I talk about the other one? Okay, so for the other one, what my group discovered was that when you transition from side angle to Trikonasana, right? You can definitely go straight from this one. You can go straight from side angle to Trig, but they really liked coming to Warrior 2 first, finding a neutral pelvis, and then straightening the front leg and heel toeing and coming down. Interesting, right? So you could transition both ways. You could go straight from side angle to Trikonasana, and so there's pros and cons, right? The pro is that they're kind of already leaning forward, but a con is that it kind of helps to come to Warrior 2 first to just find neutral again before asking to tip the pelvis again, right? So you could play it either way. Like it's in side angle, our pelvis is already kind of tipped in the direction that we want, right? The left hip is stacking over the right in this case. So then in triangle, we're kind of in the same spot. But there is something nice about kind of washing it out and coming back to Warrior 2 and straightening the front leg when we're upright. So they're both valid, just different avenues you could take, right? Any other questions that came up, or did any other groups discover some other transitions? Yeah, and this is what's fun about teaching. You can mix it up, says Shay, right? That's the joy. It's like never gets boring. Lori, in a beginner class, which is more important, the breath or the pose? That's a hard question. Both. We'll talk more about that. It's a loaded question. I like knees down between dog and lunge. Oh, nice. Okay, so Shay came up with another transition. So what she's saying is that instead of doing inhale, leg up, exhale, foot between the hands, she's saying from down dog, we're just gonna have everyone take their knees to the ground. And then Shay, what would you say next? I'm assuming she's gonna say, yeah, bring or carry the right foot forward. Interesting. So that might be a lot more accessible or a better transition for someone who's new, beginner. You guys agree? Okay, cool. So I know this is kind of like the first couple times we're doing this, but hopefully, and hopefully people will watch this on the replay too. When we're practicing this together, try to have a demo person and then try to think of all the possibilities, all the different ways you could get there, right? Because depending what level class you're teaching, what style of class, are they thrusters, are they this, you can actually make different choices and get places different ways. And it's really fun. Okay, guys, I've gone over time. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you all for your attention and for being here, and have a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. Namaste. Bye, guys.